You know how some stories just stick with you way after you finish them? Ever wonder why? Well, today we're going to find out. And we're going to find the answer in a pretty unexpected place, an old, dusty attic full of forgotten memories and maybe a few secrets. We're going to use this one simple story to unpack the powerful elements of what makes a drama, well, dramatic. Go on, just picture it for a second. Can you almost smell it? That unique scent of old wood and paper, it's unmistakable, right? Now think about your own family's history, probably packed away in some boxes somewhere. What if, and this is a big what if inside one of those boxes there was a single object that could completely change everything you thought you knew about your family? Well, that's exactly the journey we're about to go on. Okay, so before we start digging through those metaphorical boxes, let's just get on the same page about what we're even looking for. I mean, the word drama gets thrown around all the time, right? But for a storyteller, it's something really specific. It's a story that's all about its characters, what they say to each other, and most importantly, the tough, sometimes life-changing decisions they have to make. All right, the stage is set, so let's dive right into our story, Treasure in the Attic, and meet the people who are at the very heart of this whole discovery. So, every good drama needs its players, right? First up, we've got our main character, Liz. She's the one who's about to face a really big decision. Then there's her cousin, Emma, who's right there with her, helping uncover everything. And the person who connects it all, that's the great-grandma Flossie. Her story from way back when is about to change everything. And of course, every story needs a setting, a place where it all happens. For this one, our journey's going to take us to three really key spots. It all kicks off in that quiet, dusty attic. From there, the mystery leads the girls to an old general store. And the grand finale, the place where the final, huge decision is made, you'd never guess. It's their own front yard. You know, it's funny how the biggest stories can start in the most ordinary ways. Liz and Emma, they're just doing a normal chore, cleaning out the attic for a yard sale. And then, bam, tucked away in a box, they find it, an old diary. Of course, they have no idea yet, but that dusty little book, it holds the key to a family secret that's been quiet for decades. See, that diary isn't just an object. It's more like a doorway. The second they open it, Liz and Emma are stepping out of their world and straight into the past. They're starting a journey to unlock a family secret that's been hidden for a very, very long time. So as Liz and Emma start reading, the words on the page begin to build what we call the story's plot. Now, the plot is basically just what happens. It's the sequence of events, that what happens next feeling that keeps you turning the page. And for these two, the story they're uncovering, oh, it's about to get really, really personal. So, how do we find out what's happening? How is this plot revealed? Well, it's through dialogue. In a drama, the talking between characters is usually the main engine that drives the story forward. But what's so cool here is that the dialogue isn't spoken out loud. Nope, it's written right there on the pages of a diary that hasn't been opened for decades. And this is it. This is the heart of the secret. The diary tells this incredible story about two friends, their great-grandma Flossie and another girl named Anna, and they're trying to get by during the Great Depression. I mean, we're talking about a time of unbelievable hardship, a time where one small act of friendship could literally mean the difference between sinking and swimming. So what the diary reveals is just this incredible act of kindness. It turns out Flossie planned to secretly give her friend Anna her most treasured possession, a pair of valuable pearl earrings. And look, this wasn't some birthday gift, this was a lifeline. It was an act of pure sacrifice, all to help her friend pay off debts and survive. Okay, and here comes the plot twist, the thing that brings the past crashing right into the present. That secret gift, it was never actually given. But now, decades later, those exact same earrings have been found by Anna's grandson, and he's returned them to Flossie's family. And guess who has them now? Yep, they're right there in Liz's hands. This incredible discovery, it leads us straight to the absolute heart of the drama. It sets up a really difficult choice that Liz, and only Liz, is going to have to make. Okay, this is where the story really ignites, because this discovery, it creates conflict. And conflict, you guys, is the engine of any good drama. It's the problem, the struggle that a character has to face. And for Liz, the problem that's staring her right in the face is going to force her to figure out what she really, truly values. So, what's her conflict exactly? Well, it's a classic battle, really. It's personal desire versus family legacy. On one hand, you've got this awesome new bike she's been wanting forever. And on the other hand, you have these pearl earrings. They're not just jewelry anymore, are they? They're a symbol of her great grandmother's incredible kindness, a real, physical link to her family's past. And then it happens. Someone at the yard sale spots the earrings and makes her an offer. We're talking cold, hard cash. Enough money to buy that bike she's been dreaming of. Suddenly, this isn't just a what if situation anymore. The choice is real. It's right there in front of her. So, what would you do? And that question brings us right to our final section, where Liz's decision reveals the real, true meaning of this whole story. So here it is, the resolution to her conflict. Liz turns down the money. She chooses the story. And that moment, she realizes that the true value of these earrings, well, you can't put a price tag on it. Their real worth is in the history, the story they represent. Now, Liz's decision points us to our final element of drama, and it's a big one, the theme. The theme is basically the so what of the story, you know? It's the deeper message, the main idea that the storyteller wants us to be thinking about long after we've finished. So the first big theme here is pretty clear. It's all about family and heritage. Those earrings are so much more than jewelry now. They're like a bridge that connects generations. They're proof that our family history isn't just a bunch of names and dates on a piece of paper. No, it's alive, right here in the objects and stories we pass down. But there's another theme here, maybe a little deeper. It's about empathy and kindness. Because by understanding why her great-grandma wanted to give those earrings away, Liz isn't just learning about her family. She's connecting with that act of love from so long ago. She doesn't just know the story, she feels it. And that feeling, that sense of compassion, that's a kind of treasure all on its own. So, in the end, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Liz went into that attic looking for treasure she could sell for cash. But the real treasure she found, well, it couldn't be bought. The story really reminds us that the most valuable things we have are the love, the memories, and the connections that tie us all together. And that, right there, is the real power of a good drama. It puts characters in these tough spots, forces them to make a choice. And by watching them choose, we don't just learn about them. We might even learn a little something about ourselves in the process. Hey, thanks so much for coming on this little journey into the attic with me. You know, maybe it's a good time to go explore your own. Who knows what you'll find? I'll catch you on the next one.